Cancer presents a significant challenge. It's made up of hundreds of diseases, each with multiple variants that change every day. Each variant has unique characteristics, pathologies, and responses to treatment. As a national hub for research and innovation, San Diego has made major contributions for decades to understanding cancer. As we create a cure, our nation will continue to count on San Diego's collaboration-driven research cluster. It's not a coincidence that 3 of the National Cancer Institute's designated cancer centers are right here in the way. Sanford Burnham Previs, UC San Diego's Moores Cancer Center, and the Salk Institute, home to some of the world's greatest minds working towards a cure. Companies like Illumina have dramatically reduced the time and the cost of sequencing a human genome, and at the J. Craig Venter Institute and Human Longevity Inc., we're at the forefront of decoding the mysteries of our DNA. Our research here is shaping the future of science and healthcare, but it wasn't that long ago that no one thought even this was possible. And while our commitment in San Diego to cancer research and treatment is long-standing, until recently, we lacked a nationwide commitment, measured goals, and resources needed to end cancer once and for all. In 1961, the United States faced a similar problem when we were in the middle of the space race with the Soviet Union. We have the talent and the resources to be the first to land someone on the moon, but not the unified commitment of our country to make it happen. So President Kennedy called for an ambitious space exploration program, the first Moonshot. In a 1961 speech to Congress, President Kennedy said, "It will not be one man going to the moon. If we make this judgment affirmatively, it will be an entire nation. For all of us must work to put him there." The same is true today. During the 2016 State of the Union address, President Obama called for a year-long initiative to advance cancer research. He asked Vice President Biden to lead the new Cancer Moonshot Task Force to support cancer research and advance progress in treatment and care to achieve in 5 years what would normally take a decade or longer. That's a bold goal, but it's a necessary one to combat the leading cause of death in the United States. This year alone, 1.6 million new cases will be diagnosed in the United States, and an estimated 600,000 American lives will be lost to cancer. Cancer knows no boundaries. It affects men, women, children, young and old, our families, our friends, and our neighbors. American families across the country have felt the pain of this disease too often. We all know someone who's had or is currently battling cancer, and whether it's a personal battle or a family member or a friend's battle, it's the most frightening diagnosis to receive. And for every individual case, there's an individual story behind it. No parent should have to bury a child. That's especially true following progressive and unrelenting disease like cancer. Vice President Biden understands that grief. He buried his son, Bo, a major in the Delaware Army National Guard's JAG Corps, died last May after battling brain cancer for several years. Like any parent watching a child suffer, Joe Biden was determined to help his son through the diagnosis. He spoke and met with dozens of people, anyone who could help or provide insight. Through those encounters, he came to both an emotional and a scientific understanding of how cancer affects our nation. He met with everyone from American families struggling with a difficult diagnosis, to oncologists, researchers, leading the crusade for a cure, people who have both a personal and a professional stake in Moonshot. But most moving is how Vice President Biden wants to honor his son by spending his remaining time in office fighting to find a cure for the disease that took his son's life. He carries 2 totems as he lives out his mission. One, a red folder labeled cancer. The other, Bo's rosary, which he wears on his wrist, a perfect blend of science and religion, concrete and intangible sides of cancer, both powerful driving forces in the fight for a cure. Cancer has never had a more renowned and passionate opponent than Joe Biden. The Vice President is an inspiration as a national leader in a fight to cure cancer. But more important, he's an inspiration as a father, a grandfather, and a husband whose family has endured a heart-wrenching battle faced by so many other Americans. He's dealt with a very private struggle in the public eye. Except he's come through his experience determined to make sure that other parents, children, and families don't have to go through the same struggle. After losing his son, he said, "I believe we need a moonshot in this country to cure cancer. It's personal, but I know we can do this." And he's right, we can do this. Together, and with the full support of Vice President Biden, we will defeat cancer. And ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce Vice President